All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second episode of the Different Faces podcast. With me today, we got the Steck Bros, the dynamic duo, Jeremy and Jared.
What's going on there? Hi.
I'm pretty excited. I feel like we're going to have some great conversation.
It might be a little hard to discern me and Jared because we're twins, so...
Yeah, you guys is not on video, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
dude, they're fucked, okay?
Right. So, what I wanted to do is obviously talk about, we got a few topics here, kind of like the last podcast. If you have anything you'd like to send in, go ahead and send it to us. We'll give you a shout out. We're just going to have a conversation. It's going to be free flowing. I'm going to give you the topics. You guys can go anywhere you want with them. So, our first topic comes from Sasha, and that is a young pita chip on Snapchat. He wants me to talk about the Miami Heat. So, how do you guys feel about it?
I have no fucking opinion.
You don't have any opinion on the Heat? That's because you guys are Warriors fans, right?
Yeah, we don't have to worry about anything.
Right.
As
Warriors fans. Okay. All right. So, as Warriors fans, I just want to know, can you guys name the starting five for the Golden State Warriors?
Let me preface, okay? I am a fan only in name.
Yeah, right. Just like the rest of the area, right?
Well, I don't know, man. Knowing all the players is that's some real shit.
I'm not saying you have to know all the players. I'm asking about the starting five specifically.
Klay Thompson.
Can you name anybody else in the starting five?
Klay Thompson,
Right.
Iguodala.
No.
Wow.
You're already wrong.
Jerry Bennett.
How you guys? This is super easy. This is probably the most notable starting five in the league.
So there's
Again, you guys are representing the Bay Area.
Okay, I didn't sign any forms. I'm not representing anything.
Right.
Okay.
You just like every other
All right.
fan.
Let
like
me just
the
say
Warriors.
you're right, Brian. I am not a very good fan. I'm a
poor
shitty fan. You're right.
Right.
I just like seeing the games. What's the problem with
What
that?
games?
I don't know.
But how do you like seeing the games if you
Just
can't?
when they're on, it doesn't really matter.
But you can only name Klay Thompson.
No, I got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Iguodala. I don't know the starting
How do you
five.
not know Kevin Durant is on the team?
Fuck, he's on the team.
Yeah, Kevin Durant's on the
Kidding
team.
me? Yeah,
They won a
dude, you're
championship
right.
last year.
Oh my god.
They bought him, dude. What do you?
I just don't pay attention. Right?
See, this is the problem with Bay Area sports. This is what, when we went to the parade and it was filled, it was packed with Warriors fans. How many people there actually know the starting five? How many people there you think know who Zaza Pachulia is?
I bet at least 50% of them know the starting fives.
Nah, man. Nah.
I think
It's gotta be at least 50%.
Nah. I give it I'm gonna go 42 specifically.
Okay, well not everyone's a super fan.
You don't have to be a super fan to know who the starting five of your own team
Yeah,
is.
you fucking do.
No, you don't. It's the starting five. It's five players.
Listen, a fan just knows the star players of his team.
Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Zaza Pachulia. You don't have to know Zaza, but those four are super popular players.
I'm going to piss off a lot of people who listen to this podcast talk about sports.
Are these Heat fans?
Are these Heat fans? You like the Heat? Dwayne Wade, who is not on the team currently. See, I know the starting five of my team. I'm pretty confident.
It's think of this, dude.
Right.
Sports is just an extension of nationalism, okay?
How?
So let me explain.
Yeah,
So
it's going to be dumb.
before sports, all right, it was more like nations rooting for each other and during wars and shit. But as war became less popular, sports took that place at a more local level. So nationalism is channeled into the sports.
No. Sports have been around in feudal times too. Tennis was around for like 2 centuries or something.
I was just winging
So
it.
it's more like it's more like if you even want to conjecture on that, you could say it was like family houses or just fucking clubs of people that were playing together.
Yeah, Jeff doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. You have anything else to say on that topic?
What's your opinion of the Warriors? Brian?
Fuck the Warriors. There's a report that LeBron might take a meeting with the Warriors and he might sign there, and that pisses me off.
Are you a fan of LeBron?
I like LeBron. I love LeBron. So
that means you're going to be a fan of the Warriors.
I don't know how I would feel. I feel like.
How do you feel about the Cavaliers?
Well, they're dysfunctional. The reports are that the latest reports from the team are that everybody hates each other. Management doesn't know what he's doing. LeBron is I think he's out of there at the end of the season. I don't think he wants to live in Cleveland anymore and play for that shitty team. I think he wants to team up with some real stars like James Harden or Steph Curry. Which, again, would piss me off, but, it is what it is. So I also wanted to say that we would have started this podcast earlier, but these clowns were super late. So, do you guys know why I wanted to be here early?
You told us.
Do you know? Who takes these rooms? We're in a study room right now recording this. I want you guys to answer. Who takes these rooms?
Children.
Students.
That's fucking right. That's fucking right. Kids. I didn't want to have to compete with little children to record this dumbass podcast.
Just push them on the ground, dude.
Just fight kids.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. That's a great. Just punch little kids. Punt kick them.
Now you're getting it, dude.
Right.
There you go.
All right. So we got some topics here. I'm going to start with one from my homegirl Natasha. That's Natasha on Snapchat with 3 H's. Tips for living a long life.
Oh, yeah.
Don't live like me. How about that?
Don't smoke.
Don't be Jared.
So
don't be Jeremy.
Don't be Brian.
No, I'm healthy.
You
I'm healthy
eat
as
shit
shit.
tons of junk food, dude.
But you know what? I got the metabolism to make up for
You
it.
still have
here's-
trans fats hanging around your system, man. So even if you have the fast metabolism, it's still on
When your
there.
metabolism
But, like,
slows down, all that just go fucking hit you like a brick, dude.
I run and I play basketball. So that gives me an
I'm
edge.
just saying, how you live long is, you're right, exercise, eating healthy.
It's exercise.
No.
So you exercise, you eat healthy, you
Do drugs, probably. That's a good way to stay healthy.
like okay, so
That's
like
how you have fun.
psychedelic
It's
drugs don't affect your physical well-being.
Don't do psychedelic drugs. This man's leading you down a dark path.
They don't really affect you, like your physical body.
Yeah, the physicality of them doesn't.
I
really
wouldn't
exist.
recommend doing them. Just a heads up for anyone, but I'm not gonna stop you.
I'd recommend it.
You would also recommend people smoke cigarettes.
I don't actually recommend that. I just fell into it.
You just fell into it.
That's how it happens.
Yeah, don't smoke.
Siggy butt brain. Don't smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes are bad. Ciggies are not good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't already know that.
I mean,
Well, okay,
hey,
but jazz cigarettes though.
No, don't smoke cigarettes at all.
but weed, you can smoke weed.
God damn
you're
it, guys.
fine.
Tip for living a long life. Does not include weed. Eat healthy, exercise, don't do stupid stuff to get yourself killed. Don't go to prison. Prison is...
Be vegan.
No, don't be vegan. Fuck that.
The vegans have lower heart.
Do you
heart rates
really
and blood
want
pressure.
to? Do you really want to suck? You want to suck as a person?
She
be
said she's asking you how to live longer.
Don't be vegan.
Okay, vegans live
Don't
longer.
be vegan.
They live longer.
I think the most important part of the equation is to live happy,
Yeah.
because that way you'll live a lot longer.
I mean, you know that like vegans can't help but tell people that they're vegan.
Oh yeah.
well, that's just because of PETA.
Is it
Right,
possible?
that's-
Is it possible to go out to eat with a vegan and have them not say to the waiter or waitress, "Oh, by the way, I'm vegan."
it is
I'm-
possible.
Because
Really?
it's a condition, dude.
It's not a condition.
it's a
They're choosing to be shitty
Okay, so when I go to a restaurant, I usually ask the waiter what to get because I'm indecisive.
because you're lame.
No, I
You're
just like
bugging them.
I'm
They
like,
don't want to answer
I'm
that
like,
question.
what's your favorite? And they say this is my favorite.
They're just
So-
gonna tell you the most expensive thing. That's what I would.
That's
do.
not true. I went to a restaurant. They didn't pick the most expensive thing.
Oh well, they don't
They
care. They,
pick
just
what
pick
they
something random.
No, they have their They eat there, Brian.
I wouldn't care. I'd be like, "Fuck you." You're supposed to know. Come in here with your mind made up. I'm
Yeah,
not doing
but
extra work.
You haven't worked a service job. You worked.
I do work a service job.
What's your service job?
Being a security guard. This is a service
That's not
job.
service.
exactly
This is a
That's
service
not-
job. I
Yeah,
gotta deal
what do
with
you
the
serve the
dumbass
people?
public every day.
You serve justice. That's not a product.
Excuse me.
You see people shitting their pants all day.
Excuse me. Where's the ER room? 2 feet in front of you, ma'am. Look at the fucking sign. God
Tell us
damn
about your
it.
job, Brian. Tell us about your
I
job.
don't want to say anything because I'm gonna get fired.
Dude, do you think your job's really gonna listen to this podcast?
Maybe. I mean, I love the people I work with. The management and the people working at the hospital are awesome. I can't say enough nice things about my coworkers. I'm just saying the people that come to the hospital, first of all, most of them do not have afflictions where they need to be in the hospital. This is a life lesson for most of you. It's going to help you save money. Don't go to the hospital if you have the flu. If you're able to drive or walk yourself to the hospital, you are not that sick. And the hospital is not going to get rid of the flu for you. It just is not how diseases
Well, they
work.
help treat symptoms.
You can treat the symptoms at home.
That's true.
You can buy Mucinex.
You can use herbal therapies and shit.
Or
You can do-
therapy.
Well, okay, but sometimes the flu is really you got really bad flus that kill people.
Yeah, if you're elderly or you're really young. If you're like in your 20s or 30s or 40s, you will be fine. There's a good
Because
chance.
people don't get the vaccines.
I mean, but even if you don't get vaccinated, you get sick, you can still be fine.
Yeah.
You'll wait a couple days, see how it is. If it's not getting any better, well, even after a couple days, I'd say give it like 3 or 4 days. And if you're not getting any better, call your doctor first. And if they say to go to the ER, then go to the ER. Do not go to the ER at the first sign of sickness. Don't like cough and be like, oh, well now I gotta spend $500 at the ER for the flu. Because they're gonna tell you, go home and buy some Advil. That's all they're gonna tell you. Some shit like that.
How old are these people that you?
Generally, like in their 20s and 30s.
Really?
Like relatively healthy people that are able to come into the hospital on their own power, and they're in there for the flu or some other stupid affliction.
Because I was thinking like, oh, the only people that I know that might do that are like really old people.
Yeah, I totally understand if you're really old and you're sick. Then it makes sense because you probably have other issues that, you know, in conjunction with the flu could be bad.
I have a fever.
Right. But if you're like 20, why are you coming in for the flu? Take a couple days off. And some people are there at like 12 p.m. on like a Tuesday or a Monday. Like, these people have jobs, right? Why are you in the hospital? Go home.
What if they need that treatment, though?
Or sometimes, okay,
well,
but they don't. But they don't. Most of the time, they do not. Or like...
You see this firsthand?
Yes, I do see it firsthand. Or like they'll visit someone super late at night. Like, this person's been in the hospital all day. And you're coming in at 11:50 to visit them?
What if they drove 5 hours to get there?
Yeah, see.
Right after
Come early! How are you...
They got off work, they wanted
If
to go
someone
see
really ends up in the ER, do you think they can plan for that sort of thing?
Okay, fair point. Fair point.
Yeah.
But
like,
how many of those people are coming from like 5 hours away? How many?
we don't know. That's the thing.
But if it's not...
Probably none. Probably like
probably very little.
two of them, you know?
Probably very... I understand if it's like like a baby being born, then it's like, okay, well, you want to come see the baby. But if it's like, oh, my friend is in the hospital because he punched a wall and broke his hand, I'm not going to drive 5 hours. I'd be like, you know what? Tough shit.
Give him a phone call.
Yeah, give him a phone call like, bro, you're a dumbass. Get better. You know? I'm not going to come driving 5 hours. Oh, my God.
What bones have you broken? Have you ever broken a bone before?
No, because I'm not a dumbass.
I've never broken a bone.
Yeah.
Although, in 8th grade, when we were going to the ski trip, I fell on my my tailbone and bruised it because I didn't know how to do ice skating.
Okay.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah, cool. All right, so this question comes from Beck Byram at Beck OO.
Our previous guest.
Yeah, well, I mean, my previous guest is my podcast.
Oh,
but, you know,
this is our podcast.
It's my podcast.
We're having a socialist takeover of this podcast.
Right, yeah, but no, it's my podcast. Oh, okay. Beck OO on Twitter. Why doesn't Jared have a girlfriend, but Jeremy does?
Oh, because I'm a fucking loser. How about that?
There you go.
That usually works out.
See, that's not true. I'm going to hype Jared up here. But, okay, say what you got to say. Say what negative words you got. First.
I wasn't going to say negative words.
Right.
I was going to... Well, I was, but in like a positive light. So, so I guess I just have, more confidence and resilience in terms of emotional capacity than you.
This is the same dude who, like, cried and... like, locked my backpack in the bathroom because I tried to get him to talk to a girl.
That was back, like, freshman year, dude.
Yeah, whatever.
He was fighting some gay feelings at the time.
I had a little bit of gay feelings.
Dude, how dare you? Okay.
So, my boy Jared is dope as shit, and any girl would be lucky to date this man. He's a nice guy. He's, like, legitimately a nice guy.
Dude, why don't you just make the...
He's in school.
You should just make the picture of this podcast his face.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh, dude, I kind of want to. That might happen. That might be a thing.
Do what you must.
All right, I'm going to do that.
What's the next question?
Okay.
Lame question back.
Oh,
God!
I'm calling you out.
She also says she loves you guys and she wants to hang out. So if you want to call her out and say she's lame,
we about to throw hands.
We about starting drama on this podcast. Beck called someone out last time. Jeremy's calling Beck out, and it's just
Logan Paul. Fuck him. I'm gonna make a diss track.
Logan Paul is such a stupid guy.
Yeah.
How do you record a dead body and be like, oh, I didn't know. Suicide is bad. I'm finding this out. You're 22 years old and you don't know that suicide is bad. You don't know you shouldn't record.
He never went to college, right?
So he's 22. He's a grown ass man.
He's been surrounded by yes men for like his entire like adult life.
Yeah, his parents basically like saying like, "Oh, we're fucking winners. This family's full of fucking winners."
Dude, his dad's not a good character.
No, I know,
okay.
But I still feel like as a human with common sense, you should know not to record dead bodies. And then he came out with this like suicide documentary. Like,
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it wasn't his idea at all. I feel like he had a team, and they were like, "Okay, let's put your fucking dumbass in this documentary, and we'll make you look good." Like, it's so obvious. If he's not smart enough to realize not to record a dead body, I really don't think he's smart enough.
But he blurted it out.
Right? It's like,
He blurted out.
See, people were defending him at the time. Like that's an okay thing to do.
He's just savage, dude. He's just
savage, bruh. He's a kid. His audience is like 12-year-olds.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just like I just don't like the guy.
He's making that bank, dude.
But he's not even funny. Like, what is it about him? He's not even funny. He just looks like a douchebag.
He's good looking, and he's funny.
Is he?
He's funny to kids.
Kids have a very low bar for humor.
When I was a kid, I would not have laughed at
Dude,
Logan
when
Paul.
you're a kid, you drew fucking like horrible comics.
Yeah, we don't know if you're like the standard part from the normal
Like,
kid.
Well,
I don't know.
Come on, dude.
That's fair.
But
that's pretty rad.
like when I was a kid, I watched fucking Tobuscus.
Tobuscus is funny. I like Tobuscus.
Yeah,
You know,
now he's a
before he-
rapist.
Well, yeah,
now
he's
he's
a
a
rapist.
rapist.
Yeah, then Tobuscus is a piece of shit.
You're not a good judge of character when you're a kid. You know.
Yeah, fair enough, but you don't fucking record a dead body.
Dude, you just try to teach people about suicide.
You like made fun of it. What, you never seen a dead body before? Come on, bro. What are you talking about? This fucking guy.
All right, next topic.
Socrates is a fraud.
I've been waiting for this one.
He's on it, man. Yeah, Socrates is a fraud.
I don't believe it.
Okay, this guy, this homeless looking dude. First of all, you know, he ignored his wife and his kids. He just completely neglected the fact that he had a family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he had family.
He did have a family. He had a wife and kids.
He was ugly as fuck, dude.
Yeah, he was ugly as
Even
fuck.
Diogenes had a wife, Jeremy. We're talking about the homeless man on the
Alright.
street.
What do you even define as a wife in ancient Greece? Is it just
Being
someone you had a kid with? Like,
No,
I don't
someone
know
you're married to.
Well, what's marriage in ancient Greece?
I don't fucking know whatever. I don't know how marriage is. He had a wife. The
What
point
he
is he had
calls
a wife.
Yeah.
So he went around with this warped sense of morality, this warped sense of justice,
Uh-huh.
and tried to question
Elaborate.
people.
Elaborate. What do you mean by warped?
He tried to question people and get them to this ideal point or this ideal mind frame that, hey, you should agree with Socrates because Socrates knows what he's talking about. No, he doesn't. Socrates doesn't know shit.
Do you know an example?
He actually
I don't know
never,
anything about
you
Socrates.
don't.
he never
See.
said he knew anything. He was just trying to question things.
See, but he had this idea of what was right. He considered himself to be moral, right? He considered himself to be the most ethical person in Athens, correct?
No, he never said
I
that.
can't confirm
Yes,
or
he
deny,
did.
But
Yes, he did.
No. His apprentice wrote that down that he said it. He never actually. We don't know
Plato?
what he said. Okay.
Okay, well, I mean, that's the only record we have of him.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, what's one big? You clearly have this big beef with art.
Yeah, I just don't like that he considers his version of ethics to be the true version of ethics.
Well, here's
what
the thing.
was his version of ethics?
Socrates would actually applaud you on questioning him. So
No, 'cause Socrates would hate me because I'm a sophist. I'm a sophist at heart.
a sophist, explain.
Sophists were like a group back in ancient Athens. I guess they were all about like teaching people how to be lawyers, teaching people how to be businessmen, teaching people how to be politicians. I think they were atheists, and they taught
Atheists
people.
back then just meaned away from God.
Well, yeah.
Or away from gods, whatever.
But they taught people to like believe in their own truth, and they taught people like moral relativism. I did not say that right. They taught people that morality was relative, and that they should essentially follow their own will and their own belief. And I think they also charged for education, which was something that Socrates did. Like,
Seems like a lot of modern philosophers took that into under their coat. Is what I'd say. They stole from sophists. It seems.
I mean, what I think is
Probably bored a
so
bunch of people.
first off, nobody likes it when people charge for something that they could get on their own, i.e.,
Education?
knowledge and
okay.
education. So just from a basic standpoint, that always sucks. We have to pay for it. And in terms of the the relativity of morals, I think that's something that philosophers of their time was trying to get around. They're trying to find that one moral center. And I mean, I don't know. They never found it. But
But I don't think that it exists. Morality is dependent on your upbringing, your environment, what society needs at the time. I mean, as much as people say, like, murder is wrong. Is murder wrong when you're fighting, when you're in times of war?
Is murder wrong when your sister gets raped and you go kill the
Exactly.
the rapist?
Exactly. It
Who
was
knows?
murder wrong when we killed Osama bin Laden? Or
Like-
people are like, oh, well, we killed a guy. That's bad. No, they were like, it's Osama freaking bin Laden, you know?
Okay, well, hold on. My response to you, actually, I agree with you on that point.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, what do you think of Plato?
Plato is a student of Socrates, so he can suck a dick too.
The fuck,
okay.
dude?
you know,
What did Plato do? What did Plato do?
He created the idea of the form.
He believed in philosopher kings. All right. This is an idea you took from Socrates that only the smartest people in a society should be involved in politics. But the problem is, smartest by whose definition? What objective scale are you using to measure how smart people are?
We could
maybe
knowledgeability. Would you prefer a scientist over a Alabama senator? Which do you think is smarter?
All right, so you got me there. Because I'm also low key about like I feel like government should be like a set of like committees. I think that certain people who have knowledge in certain subjects should deal with certain things. Like I don't think that a person who does not have a background in economics should be dealing with the economy. I don't think that people who don't know shit about science should be making policies on science. You know.
Well, all this kind of ties back to the question, the unanswerable question of what is the role of government,
To govern the people, make sure that we don't fuck up and destroy ourselves.
Well, yeah, some might say that. Some might say it's, improve stability.
Some might say included in my definition.
I think the role of government should be to improve lifespan.
See, some might disagree with you, though. It's a very moral stance people take on what is the role of government, so...
Well, as long as I can get my free porn on the internet, I think I'm good.
Dude, is it really free if you pay for internet?
That's a good question.
Oh, shit, dude.
Dude, is porn free, dude?
I think it's free.
Who pays for porn if it's free?
Well, you pay with ads. You gotta watch ads.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I still question why, like I have some female friends, and they're like, oh, yeah, guys offer me money for pictures, or guys offer me, like, dude. I was talking to a friend last night, she said that a guy offered her gave her $20 to tell him about her first time having sex. And I'm like, that is the biggest waste of money. And I applaud her for taking that dumbass's cash. But, like, you can just Google stuff like that online. I'm sure there are forums that people talk about their first time having sex.
It's like, okay, I'm waiting for the PayPal transaction. All right, got it. So, yeah, we had sex. All right, see ya.
Yeah, I mean, you can just do that. Like, I just don't understand why guys...
What kind of fucking lowlife is like, oh, hey, I can't get women in the first place, so just tell me about your first time.
Men that do not know the way.
My queen.
Spit on him.
Oh, boy.
You guys know that meme? You guys know that meme?
It's going to be stale in 1 week.
It's not stale. Ugandan knuckles will never be stale. They never freeze. Dude, I love that so much. Such a beautiful meme.
But, I have a topic.
Okay.
Okay. It's one that's both near and dear to you and me, Brian.
This could get ugly. I can already tell.
The N-word.
Yeah, I had that written down. So I just want to point out to everybody.
All right.
Jeremy is a low-key racist.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so I have never seen Lord of the Rings, right? And this dude, like, I think last week, he sends me a picture of, like, the Lord of the Rings, but with black characters. And he's like, would you watch this, Brian?
It was called Lord of the Rings, I think.
Yeah, the guy is fucking racist. And he's so, like, bad at hiding his racism.
I'm not racist.
He knows what he's saying is wrong. He knows it 100%, and he continues to bullshit. And he gets called out for it all the time.
All right, my response, if I know what's wrong and I do it, does that mean I'm,
It means you're fucking stupid.
It's for the joke, dude.
It's not a funny joke.
Yeah, dude.
Everyone was like, Jeremy, fucking Christ, man. And you're like, what? I'm not saying anything wrong.
I remember that. Like you made like some like racist things in Mexico, like towards Brian. And I'm like,
did.
Yeah, you fucking did.
You're a fucking cunt.
I can't remember exactly what you said.
I apologize.
Don't apologize. You don't mean that.
You must have called him poor at one point. I don't know.
I'm poorer than Brian. Are you kidding?
Wait, who said that spelling my name with a Y is a ghetto way of spelling?
Oh no, that was Jared.
Oh, you said it was ethnic.
Jared said it was urban.
Oh, you said it was urban.
Yeah.
Spelling Brian with a Y is urban.
I take that
Brian
back.
is the least urban name on the planet.
Yeah.
That was the point of my name.
We say those kind of things because we don't actually mean them, by the way.
Also, you guys are white, and you guys don't understand the impact it has.
I like to think that I have a teacher, my English composition teacher, who was like the native Mexicans, like we're talking about like the indigenous Mexican people, and his mother and great grandmother and so on. They all spoke what they call like Mexicano, which is like the original proto language that they spoke, and his mother went into Spanish schooling, and whenever she spoke Mexicano, she would get like beat until she was basically like forced to just learn Spanish. And so, but by contrast, his dad was really proud of his heritage. And so he'd be taking him to all these monuments for their people and so on. But, he grew up being told not to speak and not to learn Mexicano. So I feel like it was pretty deep because he learned later in life what this all meant. And so I feel like I don't actually think I'm racist because I really sympathize with this fucking guy.
yeah, like.
Well, I tell you, I don't know why you're like, yeah, like, okay, fair enough. Even though, just for the record, just because you have a Mexicano teacher does not mean you're not. It's like, oh, I have a black friend. I'm not racist.
Dude, what do you mean, dude? It automatically disqualifies me.
Since when? So when has that ever been the case?
Yeah.
But.
Oh, yeah, so,
okay.
Question, though. What's your views? And I know you are not the
the N-word.
No, you're not the all-speaking authority for black people.
I'm not.
You're just your own person.
I'm just a black person.
So, as your own self, what is your view about people who are not white saying the N-word in songs? Sorry, not black saying the N-word in songs.
Like you record a song and you're using the N-word.
So, like, let's say if there's a Kanye song on, okay, and he says the N-word in it, and I'm a fan, so I just repeat the song.
Right.
Is that racist?
I think that we need to get away from the idea that doing offensive things is racist. Like, I don't think that repeating the N-word in a song is a racist thing.
Because some people think it is.
Yeah, but they're sensitive. I mean, I don't think it's racist. I just don't care if you're doing it in your own time. I still think that you have to obviously use some discretion if you're around black people you don't know. You probably shouldn't be saying, like, yeah, nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just not a smart thing to do. I mean, I say words in songs that I don't say. Like, I don't say bitch. I don't call girls bitches, but I will repeat it in a song sometimes. I mean, I've been starting to say, like, chick more recently. But, there's certain things. Yeah, female. I think there's certain things that, like, you just wouldn't say. I guess it kind of just depends. I mean, I don't really care. It's not a big deal to me. But also, I think that in, like, comedy, like when South Park had that nigger guy episode.
Wait, what?
What?
You don't remember that when Randy said the N-word on like a game show?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, I think that's comedy.
Nagger was the original.
Yeah, the word was nagger, but he said nigger, and I think people referred to him as the nigger guy, and I think that, like, even in that, I do not think that was bad for South Park to do. Like, I think it's a joke. If it's a joke, and especially for South Park, who attacks everybody, it's fine. I think that the only times when it's a joke and it's not okay is if, like, a person only targets a certain group. Like, if you're talking to your friend and he only has jokes about black people and they're always super racist.
Clearly something's wrong.
Yeah, then something's wrong. But if it's like someone makes a joke and it's like part of a comedy routine or whatever, and they say something kind of offensive, I don't really care. And I think it's the same thing with songs. Like, there's obviously no negative intent behind it. So, do you, bro?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're also your own person.
I think this is a perfect pivot point, though, for what do you think classifies art and good art and bad art?
How is that a pivot point?
Well, it's just that
the songs are art.
The songs are art. And because I felt like more recently I was thinking to myself this question, like, oh, what makes art good? What makes art bad? Because I realized anything could be art. Right. But I think my definition for good art is art that leaves a consciousness that the viewer wants in their head.
Dude, what do you know? You're a cis white male. Okay.
Cis white male. For me, I think I just like art that's, like, aesthetically pleasing. It's kind of my. But I mean, I think art is so subjective. Like, I think certain things are art that, like, I think that even something as simple as, like, the design of a cartoon character is art. Right? Like, I think, or a video game character or whatever. Like, I think that counts as art, and I appreciate that. Like,
how about art museums?
I think the art museums is, again, it's like a subjective thing. Like, there are some art pieces that I think have no business in a museum, or someone paid like thousands of dollars for scribbles on a page, and it kind of upsets me because it's like it's something that anybody could do and replicate. But it's still art. I think that everything is art, but it's up to their own person to, I guess, determine what is good. And for some people, certain art is good. I can't really give a definition for what is classified as good art because my definition doesn't really mean crap to anybody else on the planet. So, I mean, for me, it just depends. It depends on what looks good.
For me, it just seems like
Nobody cares about what you think. Yeah, go ahead.
So I personally, I think the only reason why art gets famous is because art critics push it.
Yeah.
And some pieces of art just appeal to every lowest common denominator out there.
Is the Mona Lisa a good piece in your opinion?
It's only, again, I mean, it's kind of a biased thing, but I saw Adam Ruins Everything, and the only reason why it's famous is because it was stolen.
Right.
Right? So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that the Mona Lisa is, like, I legitimately do not think it's a particularly great piece. If someone had created, if the Mona Lisa was not what it was, and it was, like, just a piece that someone online had made on, like, I don't know, whatever.
MS Paint.
Yeah, MS Paint or whatever. If you saw that on your timeline on Twitter or Facebook or wherever, you'd probably scroll by it and be like, that's kind of nice, and then keep it moving. You would not stop and be like, this is an amazing piece of art. Maybe you would. I just don't think that, like, objectively, in a vacuum, it's the greatest piece of art that people make it out to be.
I think it's more the man behind the Mona Lisa that made it famous. Leonardo da Vinci's kind of like a crazy kind of like artist inventor, you know?
Yeah, and I guess I just don't feel like with art you should be like, and again, totally subjective. I personally feel like just because someone famous made a piece of art does not mean that the art is good. Like, Leonardo da Vinci is capable of making shit pieces of art. I'm sure that if you looked at all his pieces, you'd probably find something you don't like, and you probably wouldn't pay a dime for it if it wasn't made by Leonardo da Vinci.
He made a photo with the fucking wiener on the man.
So you see what I mean?
I don't want to see no goddamn wiener. What is that doing there?
Like, okay, so here's the thing. I kind of want to see
Yeah.
what would happen, but I feel like if someone found, like, I don't even know the names of people who make those scribble paintings, but if someone, like, got one of those scribble paintings from a super famous artist,
Jackson Pollock.
sure, and they brought it to an art museum, and they tried to pass it off as their own, and the art museum did not know who made it, would they buy it?
No,
they wouldn't.
No.
They'd be like, "This worth nothing."
I think it's the person behind the painting that
Exactly.
sells it.
Exactly.
It's
Once
the
you tell
context.
them, yeah. Once you tell them that, oh, Jackson Pollock made this, then they'd be like, oh, I'm now going to give you a bunch of money. But objectively, before, they didn't give a shit about it. And if it wasn't made by that person, even if it was exactly the same thing in a vacuum, they would not give a shit about it.
Well,
so if that's the case, then how is it good art?
It's just a popularity contest.
Well, art
right?
doesn't exist in a vacuum.
No, and that's a fair point. Art does not exist in a vacuum. Art. I'm just saying, I look at art as in a vacuum. That's not the reality. I'm saying, when I see a piece, I'm like, is this piece a good piece? I do not care who made it, when they made it, what their mind frame was, whether they're on drugs or not. Is it a good piece? If it's not, I'm like, I don't really care for it. I wouldn't pay a cent for it. Unless, but I would, because there's a lot of pieces that you can turn around and sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars. So,
Like CSGO skins.
Oh god.
does CS:GO have loot boxes or loot crates?
They do, and they don't tell you the percentage of what you get either.
Is loot crate gambling?
It's literally gambling
Yes.
for children.
So
I spent so much money in that shit. I should know.
yeah. I think Matt Pat was making the point that like you get something, and that could be an argument for why it's not. Because with with real gambling, like you go to the slots and not get anything.
It is. You lose value.
Yeah.
You pay $2.50 for a $30 thing. So you've lost a total of $2.20 just for shit.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Instead of gambling with all your money, you gamble like what? All your money minus 67 cents.
It's like the stock market, you know? You put your money in, but then it all turns to 1 cent stocks, you know?
So if we objectively know that it's gambling, why do we do it?
Oh, no, well, I mean, the FDA and Steam, they're actually cracking down on that shit now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
They're like classifying it as gambling.
Yes, and
There's steps
in
being
China,
taken.
it's illegal for them to not show the percentages as well.
Oh, that's actually a good step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let people decide, if they have a 2% chance of getting a certain skin, do they want to spend the money?
Of course, Valve and Steam don't want that because they make fucking tons of money off people.
Yeah.
Like, come on, the knife's the next one, man.
Right.
$300, baby, here we come. All right, mom's credit card. Swipe. It's just shit, dude. It's like, I don't know about that, you know?
I don't pay for loot crates. I wouldn't know. 'Cause I know.
Fuck, dude. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's not like giving that much money to a video game. I feel like, I'm old school, man. I feel like once I spend $60 on the game, I should get everything.
So what's your view on DLC?
DLC kind of pisses me off.
How come?
Wasn't there a huge controversy with the new Battlefront game because people were like, "Oh, well, you had to pay."
Oh, that was just blatantly ripping off the consumer.
Yeah, people were saying that like you need the DLC to actually play the game.
All right,
like
so but for fighting games, so what about like they release DLC for new characters? Is that different or the same?
I feel like with I kind of liked it back when like you had just unlock characters by doing certain things in the game.
Yeah.
That was fun, right? Give you an objective like. I had to do the certain thing, and I got to unlock a certain character. Now it's like, oh, I got to spend $15 for this character.
Well, that was more a tactic to increase playtime.
But that was fun. It's good for the player, right?
Yeah, and it also increases the value of the game for
Yeah.
$1.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they just wanted to spend your money, right?
I mean, yeah, they're gouging you, but it's like, I would prefer they wouldn't do it if I was in their position. I wouldn't do the same. I'd be like, yo, you want to unlock this character, you got to pay for it. But I mean, because you're trying to make money. But from the gamer perspective, I would love it if we went back to, you want this specific character, you want this specific event, unlock it. Do certain things in the game, and you can unlock it. I prefer that to like, you got an achievement.
I think those are like indie games. Indie games have a lot of that kind of stuff.
Probably because indie games don't generate as much profit anyway, and asking players to do certain things would be ridiculous, and it'd be like, I'm not going to pay for that.
Yeah. Indie games pretty cool. I like it because like it's a return to form of what games were back then.
Indie games are cool. I like indie games too.
Because back in the days, your fucking Commodore 64, it was just like 4 dudes in a room making their game, and they would just like sell them to fucking game stores and shit.
And it was cool.
Yeah, that was kind of like how it was back then. Those were the industries, and now it's like EA, fucking like 60 people in an office make a shit game. Just
I'm going to pay $60 for it plus DLC.
Yeah.
The total cost of a game that means nowadays is close to $100.
Jesus Christ!
If you want to get all the DLC.
Yeah.
See, that's such bullshit, though.
Season
it's annoying,
pass,
right?
Dude, season pass is basically just fucking gambling.
Right.
You don't know if you're gonna like the DLC, but
I've gotten
just buy it
season pass
anyways.
before, right? It's like you buy the game, then you're like, "Do you want the season pass?" And it's like, "Oh, another $30 on top of that." And it's like, dude, fuck,
Well, okay, what if like, so like for what if like you just like spend $5 at like every month or something like that?
I mean, you're still just the total is still a lot of money. I would just prefer, like I said, we go back to unlock stuff. I also miss cheat codes. What happened to cheat codes?
Well, cheat codes are really just a way for the developers to test things in the game, but then they just got more advanced like testing software, so they didn't need them anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
The cheat codes are a really nice, like, I think that's a true return to form, because that means you're going back to when it was like a hobbyist thing to do to make games, or not hobbyist, but like a very low-key thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I kind of like beating games, or like you beat a game and then you go through it with cheat codes, and it's like, it's just fun. I don't know. I play Psychonauts with cheat codes.
Does Psychonauts not have cheat codes?
It does have cheat codes.
Oh, what kind of cheat codes?
Unlimited, no damage. You unlock all psi powers, maximum arrowheads. It gives you like a weird text. It's like a special thing.
Weird cheat codes.
Yeah. That's cool.
Just adds flavor,
Yeah, it's flavor. And also, like, whenever you use a cheat code, there's a guy in the back that says, "You cheated!" And it's kind of cool. It's like, oh, that's awesome, Like, little things like that make me happy.
So, what's your view on emojis?
What?
Just a question. What's your view on emojis?
This is a conversation we have, folks. We'll be deep with some, like, cool, and Jeremy would be like, "What's your view on emojis?" Like, I don't know, emojis are cool. I use emojis.
They're just you would normally type them out, numbnuts.
What do you think about people spelling with emojis?
I mean, people spelling.
Like, instead of writing English, they just type emojis.
I don't think anybody does that.
I think middle-aged parents think kids do that.
No, I think middle-aged parents probably are smart enough to know what an emoji is. They've been around for years. Yeah,
I guess.
Like, you know what's absurd about trying to write stuff with emojis is that if you did it the old-fashioned way with the colon parenthesis, and the fucking, like, keyboard shit, okay, when you're on 4chan lurking around, trying to find that nice little porn download.
Whoa.
Alright? If you want to type in emojis, you'd have to type out thousands of characters.
Jared has porn on the mind. What do you guys think of Getting Over It?
I never played that.
You never played it? What about you, Jared?
I've only seen PewDiePie play it.
What do you think of it?
I think what you see is what you get.
You're trying to climb a mountain with a dude in the cold with a pickaxe.
It's nice.
Oh man,
it's true art.
I want to try it, but I feel like I'd get really pissed off.
That's kind of the point, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
to get over.
Yeah, you have to get over your anger.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just no. I don't even feel like it'd be worth it if I beat it. I feel like if I beat it, I'd be like, that was a giant waste of all this fucking time.
Well, you'd be surprised how much you get invested in something, and when you complete it, you're like, oh.
Oh no, I know what you mean. I just feel like there are certain games where like it's worth it, but with that game, I just feel like I'd be like, this is stupid. There's no story. There's no.
Well, there's a Zen proverb that says Zen, like climbing a mountain, is not Zen. It's what you bring up to the mountain that's Zen. So it's your approach to the mountain that gives you the Zen at the top.
Who said that?
It's just like
fucking monk, dude.
It's from like thousands of years ago, dude.
Fuck that guy. Oh, shit.
Dude, that's an ancient proverb, dude.
You know, I feel like we have this thing about like, oh, well, if it's old, it must be true. No, that's not true. You know, like the Bible. People think that the Bible.
Here we go again.
Dude, you're gonna piss off like 80%.
Let's just step away from this here.
Well, I'll reel it back. I'm just saying, people think that things that people said thousands of years ago must be true because someone said it first, or someone said it thousands of years ago. That is so not the case. People thought that putting radium in lipstick was good for you.
Yeah.
What do you think happens when you put radium in lipstick?
It made them shinier.
It gave them cancer.
Glow in the dark, dude. What do you
people
mean?
used to just put radium in everything because they didn't know what it did.
Exactly. And 1,000 years from now, we wouldn't be like, oh, well, people put radium in shit. That must mean it's true. No, you wouldn't do that.
I remember
Why?
seeing it was like a sex thing, you know, like make you perform better if you like shone radium on your penis or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Imagine all the people who got fucking penis cancer from that.
Yeah. You can't put radium should not be put. Marie Curie.
Mercury.
Yeah, the French name.
What is that?
Who is she?
She discovered X-rays, right?
Yeah. Didn't she get cancer from studying radium?
Oh yeah.
So
she got fucked.
And that was before we did all the shit with like you put radium in your lipstick and in your nail polish and in your paints and in your clothes and you just eat it because we love radium. You know. Yeah. You just don't do that. You don't put fucking radium and shit.
Well, they didn't know, right?
I mean,
no, they did know because she got cancer.
I mean, one thing that I see with that is that, like, back then, the idea was because that it was like the modern man's, like, material. The same way that we see having a smartphone and interconnectivity as being the modern person's way of living, even though it kind of can fuck up your head if you stay on it too long.
Radium. God damn it.
Dude, it's all about cesium, dude.
I mean, I think that even though people think that each new generation is fucked, I feel like we get smarter. I don't know. I feel like the average person now is probably smarter than the average person 2,000 years ago.
Well, the average person isn't an American. You know, that's
fair. Okay, the average American is definitely smarter than the average person 2,000 years ago. As dumb as people say we are. And you know what? If you want to make an argument that compared to other countries, we are pretty stupid.
Here's how I see it. I think, like, we have the same capacity for intelligence.
Oh, definitely.
Right? So people back then were just basically us.
Yeah, they just didn't have this
different language and lived somewhere.
Yeah, they didn't have the same access to information that we do.
That's kind of a mind-blowing thing for me, because it's like, I'm just like sitting here, I might think something that's like, kind of universal, like, man, this sucks, dude.
Yeah.
And then, like, I think back and it's like, oh, shit, dude, maybe like a fucking serf in, like, Slavic Europe said this sucks or something the same kind of way.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's kind of like an interesting union or connection there, I see.
Yeah.
But,
I think the aliens are real.
Okay, let's guess. Okay.
They built the pyramids. Okay.
Why do people say that? There's like a legitimate belief that people have.
Because they think the pyramids were too difficult to make or too grand. So they, in their disbelief, say some ulterior force must have altered how it was built,
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I think Jesus was an alien,
I think that Jesus was not a white dude.
Dude, think about it. The miracles, like Sodom and Gomorrah got burned up by pillars of fire. Lasers, dude. They got fucking shot by lasers. Or the fucking napalm strikes. Who knows?
Something I've been struggling with, religion-wise, is what if the universe is like a simulation? I feel like then I'd have to admit that God is real. I feel like I'd have to say that if all of existence was created by like a smarter species, would that be God, or would that just be? I don't know what that would be.
Well, maybe it's like, hey, they programmed us to try and question the existence of God, so they didn't have to.
I don't know. I mean, like, are the Sims like when we created the Sims and you load up your Sims 3 game? I don't know what Sims are on. When you load up your Sims 57 game, are you God?
57. I mean, they're called God.
Not
games,
exactly, because God. I mean, how powerful is God? Like,
Dude,
right?
You can
Like,
kill
You
your
can do
Sims.
anything in
You
the
can do
Sims.
yeah, but you can't make your Sims like climb on the roof or like
You
can't
can.
make
You put them there.
Yeah.
no, but like you work within rules, and the whole idea of God is that you don't. You don't work within rules.
Well, that's
So
because we have shit games, dude.
Uh,
Like they have like better games.
But if you were able to create a whole universe in a computer, like a really like we're talking about, I mean, we obviously can't do this now, but if you had some super advanced computer
Yeah.
and you could program every single thing to happen in that universe,
mhm.
are you effectively God?
Effectively, I mean, you're not a good one.
I just feel like you made a machine that allows you to create worlds and universes.
So would the machine be God? Or?
Oh yeah, you only just made the fucking universe machine. You're not God.
But that's what I'm saying.
My
Like,
response, okay, does that person or thing or alien or whatever have other things, aliens, persons, or whatever to interact with?
yeah, I mean, it's like that. It's like humanity, right? Like if I jump off of a building, I will die. I'm mortal. I'm a human. But if I had a universe where I could do whatever I wanted, would I be God?
Dude, what if all the crazy mass shooters are just like people playing a video game?
I don't want to.
Let's
This is such a bad place to go, especially because there was a mass shooting recently.
get the
Wait,
fuck out of here. Get out of this
Let's not
podcast.
go there. I just want to put this out there for all the people. I am, I'm pro restricting gun usage, and I'm pro, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't know shit about guns.
My stance is I am pro civilianized shotguns and single action rifles, and I think there should be a flat out ban on pistols.
I want shotguns, but not pistols.
Pistols are actually like 95% of all gun related crimes are committed with pistols.
Would it be better if we gave people
You
shotguns?
can't hide a shotgun.
Yeah, pistols are cheap. You can hide them. The ammo is really inexpensive. And besides, everyone thinks, they're less than guns or whatever, so they put less restrictions on them,
Less deadly, yeah.
right?
You can put a cap on how many bullets a gun can hold, right?
In Israel, they actually have a lifetime supply of bullets, so you get once and that's it.
Why?
Because in Israel, you're able to own a gun, and the idea is that they just give you a certain amount of bullets, and you can't have any more.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But how many bullets do they give you?
I think it's a modest amount. I don't think you're going out shooting in target ranges.
Okay, that's fair. If you say each person gets 20 bullets and that's it,
Yeah.
something like that, that's
But,
fair.
in America, we're not allowed to have a knife on the plane, but we can bring our fucking whole
Bring a gun.
arsenal to a hotel room,
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dude, we're fucked, dude. I don't know.
The response whenever police are asked about why didn't you shoot that white guy with a knife, but you shot that black guy?
Unarmed black guy.
Yeah.
With a hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious why they do that.
They're not
Because
afraid of
racist.
white people.
Not afraid of white people.
Yeah, that's probably why.
I've heard police say that knives are more dangerous than guns.
They're about the same.
I mean, I
think-
don't know. I feel like if you can outrun
Knives are
it.
concealable.
Yeah,
You never know when someone has one, right?
But see, you can outrun a dude with a knife. If you can keep enough distance
Here's
from
the thing:
you.
if a police officer is approaching you, right, and they don't know you have a knife, and you say, "Put your hands behind your back," or whatever, right, or you just try to interview them, they can just go pull it out, watch out.
Yeah,
Can-
pull out your butterfly knife.
Wait, but can you do the same with the gun? Just go, watch out, boom.
Yeah, one's louder,
Well,
I guess it's the
it's
same.
pretty hard.
It's
I mean, at that
like-
point, you're going to be pretty conspicuous whether you stab someone in the neck and they're screaming for their life, or they hear
Gurgling.
Gurgling.
I think we don't train our police officers enough. I think we just get people who shouldn't be police officers, give them a badge and a gun, and send them out there to uphold the law, but they don't fucking do it.
We need cops.
This is slowly turning into the Joe Rogan experience right now.
Dude, I love the Joe Rogan experience. That's what inspired this podcast.
I
Do
love.
Do you
Joe
not
Rogan
like the Joe Rogan?
Oh, I love it.
Oh.
It's like refreshing.
I remember when this guy got high and we watched the Joe Rogan special on Netflix. He literally thought he was the devil.
Yeah, I had a mental lapse and I saw horns on the guy. And
What?
Yeah, I know, right? It was fucking
I
weird.
feel like if you're that high, it might be a sign to stop.
Well, that was a long time ago.
Jesus
That
Christ.
was a while ago.
Fuck, dude.
Well, the joke was that he was making fun of people who were getting triggered, saying they're the devil. And he put his fingers up on his head as if they were horns. And Jared just tuned in at that moment and was like, he's the devil.
So I think, something I've noticed about people who get triggered by shit.
Yeah.
Like Kim Kardashian got a bunch of heat
for
saying.
For nothing.
What'd she do?
She wore braids and people got pissed because people thought it was cultural appropriation.
What?
Cultural appropriation is like, I don't know.
Braids have been around since fucking ancient history. Like, how is it one person's thing,
People are just stupid, man.
I mean, also, like, so many things are cultural appropriation. Like, Christmas is cultural appropriation. Nobody gives thanks to the Romans for creating Christmas.
Oh, they didn't create Christmas, by the way.
Didn't
they created a proto-holiday for it.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Well, still, nobody gives credit for the Romans for creating a proto-holiday.
It was actually pagans in Germany.
Does anybody give... You're just saying that because you're German.
No, I'm saying it because it's true.
No,
where do you think Santa Claus comes from?
That's what actually happened.
The thing about Jeremy...
Where do you think the evergreen comes from?
And because I'm just going to share his business,
Yeah.
He fought, like, 2 or 3 Jewish people.
Dude.
Wait, what?
I don't feel comfortable.
I didn't know they were Jewish when I fought them. Okay.
You rocked a swastika on your backpack.
Dude, you put that there.
Wait,
no, I didn't.
Wait,
you
what?
put
What's
that
going on?
You
No, I
fucking
did
drew
not.
that on my backpack.
What is this?
You had a swastika taped to your backpack.
You fucking put that
No,
there.
I didn't.
Dude, who put that there?
I don't know.
Dude, here's the thing. From high school, Brian, you've always fucking done shit like that, though.
No.
Like, if I look at your portfolio, it fits right in there.
You're lying.
You threw his backpack into a garbage bin.
Like, come
I
on.
never
for
did
fuck-
that.
Yeah, you fucking
Once.
did.
You did it once, yeah.
You
never did
fucking
that.
did.
Although that was when you were pissed at me, because we had an argument or something, so.
You know.
But, yeah, but you've been known to fucking tease me and shit, so.
The troll. I troll. See, okay, this is also another... So people on Twitter, people get mad at me because they don't understand. They don't understand my brand. I'm about trolling. You guys would agree that I troll, right?
Yeah. You
I troll a
literally
lot.
came to my house and played Xbox and wanted to get the microphone to work just so you could yell at people.
See, but this is me. And people on Twitter get so upset at me trolling. They'll spend like so much time arguing with me. And see, the thing is, I have time. That's what they don't understand. I am wasting their time by coming up with bullshit arguments to fuck with them. And they get so upset. I have been blocked and muted. And people get so mad because I'm fucking with them. And they do not understand. It's about like basketball. Like that is like, they take basketball to heart. And I'm like, dude, I tell them, I'm like, dude, I'm just fucking with you. Calm down. And they get so mad. And,
Well, because they're not fucking with you, They're like in it. They're in it for real.
but see, that's the thing. That's why I've said, I know I'm going to get a response. So I say shit to get a response. And these guys can tell you, I'm a troll. Like, say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
yeah.
you contact the senator at one point or something?
Dude,
just
this
to
whole
troll?
fucking friendship is a troll, dude.
I'm like, people just. There are times when I'm serious. A lot of the time I'm serious. But, like, guys, I'm a troll. I'm a troll. That's
Yeah.
just,
I can
People like
accept
you
that.
belong in jail, Brian.
What are you,
What do, you
Donald
think,
Trump?
what do you think about trollers being arrested?
Wait, holy shit, you can get arrested?
I think in some European country.
Wasn't that from a South Park episode? That's from South Park.
Okay, let's just imagine it's real. How would you feel?
Why did you try to pass that off as a real thing? What?
Dude, let's just imagine it's real. Come on, if it was illegal to troll, would you still do it?
Yeah, I'd be a rebel. Fuck it.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna join you, dude.
Jeremy, I don't think you're ready for that lifestyle.
I'm not ready.
You're
I am
soft.
ready for it.
You're soft in the middle. You're fucking
You're soft,
tart.
son. All right, we're gonna close this off because I'm hungry. You guys hungry?
Yeah, I could eat.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
What's some nice parting words though? 'Cause this is the first time I've been on a podcast.
I don't know. Say whatever you want.
I want to say, if any of you are angry at me, you have the right to be angry because
Yeah, you said some pretty negative
I
things.
said some shit, and I deeply regret any pain I caused.
Yeah, we give him shit for it. Jared?
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, I just I really enjoyed being on here. This is pretty fun. I look forward to having more topics. And
I look forward to 20 people seeing this.
I mean, I don't know if you guys are going to be back on. You guys are pretty horrible guests.
Oh.
But yeah, if you guys like the podcast, share it with your friends, tell your homies, leave a comment. We'll shout you out.
give it a
And,
like. Make sure to subscribe.
Shut
He's
the fuck
ruining it.
up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
And let
God
Brian
damn it.
speak.
Yeah, let me speak. It's my podcast. My podcast. Different faces. We out. We'll talk to you guys later. Yeah, that's it. Peace.